value is more than 50% off, or as they put it, if it's in the event that the decision they made is more than 50%, a reduction of more than 50% of the amount that was initially assessed, then we can file a cross appeal. So all these entities, these properties that are listed here, the 7 of them, they've all filed appeals, is my understanding, even though they received a reduction from the Utah State Tax Commission. And the point of this resolution is to allow us to go in and oppose those appeals and also have our own appeal, so that we can get it up to the amount, hopefully closer to what we believe the value to be. And Seth and Julie can correct me on that if that's incorrect. But we do, the law now says, starting this year, we have to have a resolution from the county commission in order to file those appeals. We have an attorney, Thomas Peters, who's represented us in the past and is going to help us on these this time around. So we just need to get this done. It may be in some circumstances that we're going to back the actual decision of the tax commission, but according to Mr. Peters, it's important that we be on record as having this resolution, so that the tax commission doesn't just assume that they can go ahead and do whatever the company wants. In other words, sometimes the tax commission might interpret our failure to file a cross appeal as acquiescence in the company's appeal, and we certainly don't want that to be the case. So this gets us in the door on these appeals and allows us to try and get the full value assessment that we think the properties are worth.
So I do have one question, Christian. We have these 7 companies. Should we read those in as far as what this appeal is?
Sure, we
just
could
let the resolution stand.
Why don't we read those in? I think that's a good idea.
We have AT&T Mobility, Cellco Partnership, DBA Verizon Wireless, T-Mobile US Inc., Sprint Corporation, AT&T Communications, Pacific Core, and Level 3 Communications. And Julie, I'm assuming from the numbers that we saw from your office that there's probably many more that are actually in this process, but that we're not necessarily appealing at this point, or?
Actually, it's the clerk's office that has to appeal.
Well, but I meant from the evaluation side of it, right?
And on some of those, just so you know, 90% of these companies will file an appeal before they even see the value from the tax commission. Just the way it goes is, since I've been here.
We'd received appeals from 3 of them before I even got the numbers from the state. They had the numbers in their hand and had filed the appeal before I even received what the valuation was.
I was mentioning to Rick before we got started that this year again we're looking at 1.5 million in reduction in centrally assessed taxation. So, and it's, as long as I've been here, it seems like it's always been $1 million, $1.5 million every year that we see those reductions, and sometimes far more than that with some of those big vendors in the past. So, okay, that was my 2 questions as names, and just for the record that we know that there's a significant amount of, again, appeals happening on centrally assessed taxes beyond what these companies are doing.
Okay.
Is there anything else we need to know on that? We've got the resolution before us.
I think that's it. As far as I'm aware, we just need to now get this resolution to our attorney, and he can file those cross appeals.
Well, I would make a motion that we approve Resolution 2016-08, authorizing the filing of the cross appeals for 2016 centrally assessed properties as identified by the resolution and read into the record.
I'll step down and second that. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
And motion to adjourn.
We are adjourned.
Thanks. Thank you very much.